Today we have actually gathered here for our SimTech 2025 two-day conference. The main objective is as the nation grows, as the country grows, we cannot grow without cement, steel infrastructure. So on one hand, we are very proud of our India's cement industry. We have today close to last year 450 million tons of cement demand with a per capita consumption closer to 250 kgs per person. And at that, we are number two player in the world. But we are not just number two player in the world. We are also, I would say, number one in sustainability globally. So Indian cement industry, which is largely built by private capital, and typically to make one cement plant, you need about 2,000 crores today. Standard cement plant is about 3 million tons, which is substantial money, and yet 100% money is privately reinvested. And most of the cement companies that I've seen have been reinvesting their, proceeds. So it's a very positive. Cement is in the process of manufacturing cement, you need energy, and in the process of using energy, there is a CO2 emission. Therefore, we are very cognizant that as an industry, as a responsible industry, our attempt is to be net carbon zero. We have decided that by 2070, as an industry, we will be net carbon zero. But many companies individually have their own plan. Some companies have, for example, the company I represent has 2030 plan, 2050 plan. We are signatories to all global, ESG criteria, SBTI, which are many of them are voluntary, many of them are also part of the statutory reporting. Indian cement industry today has one of the highest usage of waste, which is fly ash, slag, in the manufacture, and I believe at 75% blended cements, this is one of the lowest CO2 emitting countries in the world on a per ton basis. Also, we are looking at moving towards RE energy as a source of our power, electricity. Typically, we need 100 units of power per ton of cement. Efficient plants can do it at about 65 to 75 tons. Of that, today, a lot of companies have given commitments that they will reach up to 60 to 70% this power coming from either waste heat recovery systems, which is nothing but using the hot gases in the process to capture back and produce power, which otherwise would have been wasted. And secondly, investing in RE sources like solar and waste heat. So again, there is a roadmap every company has tied up. We are looking at the data at a national level. We are already about 1800 megawatts installed capacity of waste heat. And target is that by 2030, almost 4,000 megawatt of power, which will be comprising of waste heat as well as RE, solar and wind, is a commitment already announced by some of the industry leaders. There are a lot of things to be done going forward. One is to ensure we also help society clean its waste. Cement manufacturing needs solid fuels like coal, petcoke. A lot of industries have started using the municipal solid wastes, the sludges which are coming in, the plastics. They are recycled and brought back to a cement plant, and instead of coal, we replace it by society's waste. We call it alternate fuels, AFR. As a nation today, we are at about 6 to 7%, but there are plants in Europe which are at 100%, which means negative of any source of natural source of energy. Industry is committed to move towards 20-25%. Imagine on one hand, we are moving towards 60% to 50% RE sources, which is solar, waste heat, wind. On the other hand, for our power and fuel requirements, we are moving towards replacing through using alternate fuels, which is municipal solid waste. So I think it's a win-win. As we grow, we reduce and eventually eliminate the CO2 emissions is the core objective. And the lastly, which I'll speak is the usage of cement. Cement basically is used to make houses and to make buildings. This building is a classic case built 25 years back with a very, very green and eco objective, and you can walk around the building. That's why when they asked me to meet all of you, I said, please call them here. and see what can be done if the right mindset is there. We have saved money, we have saved electricity, and yet in the heart of Hyderabad, this structure sits as a testimony of modern thinking and at the same time medieval way of cleaning waste. I was just shown, and I would request the team to take all of you just at the backyard here. There are plants which are naturally using the wastewater and the fresh water which is collected at this site. And rather than putting a treatment plant, we have put natural plants, greenery, which is absorbing the waste and converting it into fresh air and recycling. So I think this is what we as an industry should champion more and more. The products that are used for making cement, for example, fly ash-based PPC cements, consume 35% less traditional cement clinker, thereby reducing the CO2. Slag, which is a waste of cement industry, can be produced by only 40% traditional clinker, which means 60% can be reduced. And we also worked with the government many years back and we produced a new kind of cement which is known as composite cement, which can mix slag and fly ash both. So all these products are also there, which are, number one, very good in quality. They can build very stronger. The biggest dams like Bhakra Nangal Dam was built with PPC cement because the heat of hydration, I have got a builder here who knows the heat of hydration for large structures is so high that you cannot even build it with the traditional way of building. You have to add fly ash, you have to add slag. It brings longevity. So I think we are also working over there. There are concretes which can be made with polymers inside it, and time to come, that technology will come in. There are things in the society which if we add in the concrete, it will naturally absorb CO2 in it. So I think a lot of technology, and finally last is digitization. The more technology is used, the less waste is done, and I think that is what this center aims to. I am very happy and very proud to work alongside CII and the industry leaders to see that as our nation becomes from 4 trillion to 10 trillion, we also demonstrate to the world what we demonstrate to our enemy few days back, what we can do with technology. The right technology can build smart, can build at a low cost, and can build for the next generation to come without the problems of pollution, without the problems of CO2. Thank you.